it's just crazy to me. It, like I said the last episode, bro, like, you know, it took 6 picks till we finally got a college guy, you know, in the draft. And I think that's just like, it's bizarre to me when you got guys like the Drew Gilberts, these pitchers that are just handing it to people, and they're getting underlooked, you know, by these high school guys. Mm-hmm. Now there's two parts to it. You know, you're looking at a guy with a lot of projectability, you know, where, you know, you put him in everything and you say, okay, he can be here. He could skip college and he could be here and he could be with us and he's going to be that dude. You know, it's like I was saying, you know, maybe they're considering these college guys peaking in college, and that's why they don't want to take that risk, and they'd rather take a younger guy so they can build him up and kind of grow into who they want him to be.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Guys Being Dudes podcast, you know, a podcast about sports, life, and entertainment. I'm your host, RJ Bernal, and right here to my right-hand side is your other host, Mr. Luke Sula. Just real quick before we jump on forward anymore, you know, you can find the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, if you're a visual learner like myself, then YouTube. But Luke, how's this day going for you, man?
Hey, man, it's another great Thursday. Switch it up a little bit. You know?
Yeah,
there's a lot going on this week, so we kind of had to delay, you know. But hey, we're here. It's another great week. I can't complain. So if you guys are here rocking with us on a Thursday, it's a whole new vibe, you know.
It is.
But no, it's been eventful as heck, you know. And the logo design was, you know, the one to kind of start off everything because it finished, if that makes sense. And so it was kind of like all those designs, all the votes, everything coming in. It was pretty hectic. And then we had the All-Star weekend, even more hectic, you know. So it's been eventful for the dudes, and we've been kind of trying to get everything wrapped up and kind of get going. But as you guys probably see on our Instagram and everything, that the new design is out and it's available and it's final.
It is.
And thanks to you guys, all the votes that came in and everything, we have a whole new design, whole new feel, and a whole new spiel. So I think it's cool. And I honestly, I was shocked. I was excited by just seeing everybody, the designs, the ideas that came in, because I couldn't have thought of half the things that they thought of, you know. And just the little sleek, like the hidden things that some of you guys threw in there was cool, you know?
Yeah.
And it really showed that, you know, there's people paying attention to us, you know, that they understand, like, we're always wearing hats, you know, we're always just being, like, just a bunch of different little things. And I thought it was so cool. I thought it was exciting. And I'm glad that, you know, we got the submissions. You know, I was worried there for a second that maybe we were going to do this and not get any submissions. But no, we got submissions. We got it down. And the bracket seemed cool. I feel like people like the bracket, you know. I thought it was a fun way to kind of just
it was very cool.
Break it down. So I mean, I hope to do something soon. Hope to do something more like that. And but that's the final design, man. I'm excited. Yeah. We're not sure. We haven't really decided if we're going to spice it up a little way or not. But right now, that's what we got, and I'm happy with it. So yeah. Thanks to you guys again. I probably said that like 4 times. But yeah, no, it's out everywhere. How do you feel about it, man? Are you excited? Do you like it? You know?
No, like you said, bro. I mean, you hit the nail on the coffin right there. I was very nervous at the beginning. I was very, very nervous that no one was going to make a design that we thought it was going to, you know, be best fit, or 2, you know, I thought no one was going to submit a design at all, because I mean, 1, we're asking for people's time, and, you know, already people don't have time for anyone else other than themselves in today's world. So that's all, man. I really loved it. I was engaged the entire time. I had the most fun, and, you know, we were the ones that put it on. So, I mean, that's saying something in itself, but like you said, I just hope that we do something like that again. That was a great idea out of you, man. Yeah, gotta give that up to you, man. That was a really good idea.
So hopefully we get something going. Got a bunch of events and ideas planned out, so we just gotta keep getting them rolling out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, moving on. You know, we had a bunch of stuff going on in LA, good old SoCal. I mean, shoot, list them off: the Celebrity Game, MLB Draft, All-Star Game, the Home Run Derby. And hey, I went to the Home Run Derby, so you guys are gonna hear a little bit more about that in a little bit. But let's kind of run it down from the days. I mean, Celebrity All-Star Game, I don't have much to talk about. I mean, I tuned into it, but like,
I saw that Hunter Pence went yard.
Yeah, he went yard twice, you know, which is cool. Shout out, you know, Hunter Pence, good old Giant and everything. I like he's been commentating a little bit at the Giants games and stuff, and it's cool. It's fun just to hear the little like players' perspective of things and all that. But other than that, I mean, if you like watching TikTokers hit ground balls, like I was telling you earlier, like, then I mean, it's not that exciting, in my opinion. Yeah. You know, like, the Home Run Derby and All-Star Game, way more electric. But the celebrity game is always authentic. You know, it's a great spiel, great add-on to the game. Same NBA All-Star, they all do that stuff too. So I liked it. I couldn't be upset about it. Team Brooklyn won that one, and I kind of like those jerseys. I like the way they did the like two-tone, cut it in half,
they're
give
cool.
it a whole little spiel. You know, I thought they were sick. But yeah, if you guys watched it, I don't know, give your thoughts and opinions about that. Let's move into the MLB draft though. I mean, you know, I thought it was interesting for sure. There was a lot of different shakeups, a lot of different things that happened. But right off the bat, I mean, first pick, Jackson Holliday, Matt Holliday's son. That one we could have said maybe was an interesting one being first. But Drew Jones, I think everybody kind of saw coming in a sense, just the way he was highlighted everywhere. And so them being the 1 and 2 picks, I think that's shows that, you know, obviously they're looking at projectability way more than what guys have already proven. You know, just being the number one pick in the MLB draft is like, you're going to remember that forever. You know what I mean? And I think that like it goes back to our talk. It's just so much more that he's got to prove now. You know, being this high school kid, everything, now he's really got to prove, which give it taken, you know. Obviously, he's got so much potential, you know, being who's his dad, you know. He's got the potential. Everything's there. Now it's just will he pan out to that? We'll see, you know. And I think it's just crazy to me. It, like I said the last episode, bro, like, you know, it took 6 picks till we finally got a college guy, you know, in the draft. And I think that's just like, it's bizarre to me when you got guys like the Drew Gilberts, these pitchers that are just handing it to people and they're getting underlooked, you know, by these high school guys. Mm-hmm. Now there's two parts to it. You know, you're looking at a guy with a lot of projectability, you know, where, you know, you put him in everything and you say, okay, he can be here. He could skip college and he could be here and he could be with us and he's going to be that dude. You know, it's like I was saying, you know, maybe they're considering these college guys peaking in college and that's why they don't want to take that risk and they'd rather take a younger guy so they can build him up and kind of grow into who they want him to be. And that's why we're seeing more of it. But this year, I think we saw less high school guys. It was more college guys. But right off the bat, it was a lot of high school guys, and that's where it's interesting, you know. And but going into it, you know, what's even crazier is the Tommy John scenario, bro. Like we're looking at almost every pitcher in the first round had Tommy John surgery or is dealing with Tommy John surgery, was out this last year because they got hurt or they got Tommy John or something. And it's like, and it was like the commentators were saying too, it was like almost repetitive. Like they were just saying it repetitively. Like this is normal now. Like this is a normal thing that we're seeing. And it's in a sense, like it's shocking because like we grew up early on when Tommy John was a thing. Like it was like everybody knew you had a year or two of just humming it. And then you might pan out some and then, or you might just fall off. And that was happening for a while. But now I really think with technology, science, the way these doctors are, bro, they figured it out. Like they have figured this thing out to where I don't want to say like, they're just getting it. Like, yeah, let me just get fucking Tommy John, you know? I don't think that's the case, but I think when it's happening, when these injuries are happening, the surgery is just really getting them back. And so these scouts are almost overlooking it. Like they're seeing it, they're like, okay, but it's not the issue anymore, if that makes sense. Like before it was like, he's got Tommy John, he's probably gonna go now round 4, even though he was probably the best pitcher, you know? But now these guys, it's like, they don't care, like, and it's just overlooked, and that's shocking to me, you know, because you got a guy who just had a crazy arm surgery. But I mean, these doctors know it now. They have it right, they have it dialed, and I think that's what I think. I mean, because there's really no other explanation. Because growing up, it was always like that. It was always Tommy John. He's gonna be pushed back. He's not gonna be a first rounder. He's got Tommy John,
right?
Bro, this whole first round pitchers, I'm statistically, it had to have been 90% of the pitchers in the first round had Tommy John surgery or is going, you know what I mean? Like, that is nuts to me. I don't really know how much to explain it other than the doctors have to be doing something right. Right. And they're figuring it out. And I guess with everything, like with the way that we're training now, the way people are eating, the way, you know, everything combined, it's not benefiting, but it's just like, hey, you know, it's there, it's happening, it's part of life, I guess is what we could say now.
So do you think it's making kids stronger?
I wouldn't say stronger, but I guess it would, because you get that injury or you get that surgery, right? And then you got to train, you got to build everything up, you got to rebuild your shoulders, got to build your rotator cuff, got to build your arms, everything up. So then after, when you come back, you are a lot stronger, and you are using stronger in some muscles that maybe you haven't been stronger in, because you're having to rehab and all that. Mm-hmm. So maybe I would say, yeah, you probably are a lot stronger. I mean, they do show, when you come back, you are pumping harder. Yeah. But like overall stronger, I would say 100%. Because
but I wonder why. There has to be some type of detail. Maybe it's like how they reconstruct the arm or your elbow, or maybe it's something internally that physically makes you stronger. Maybe not necessarily the post the rehab.
Yeah, that's a deeper. We would have to ask
a doctor.
Yeah, a good old arm doctor for that one.
I was thinking maybe we should get a doctor on, just talk about the Tommy Johns. Yeah, the
but
TJ.
I mean, yeah, there's got to be so much. There's got to be a lot that's involved. But I think mentally, you get back. You have surgery. You want to get, as an athlete or a competitor, you want to get back on your feet. You want to get back on the field, right? Mm-hmm. So what do you got to do? You got to train. You got to get stronger. You got to get back into it. So I believe, any surgery like that, you're going to come back stronger. Now with what we got now, I think they're just coming back better and stronger than ever, and that's just, that's the perks to what we have now, and the technology and science and food and everything that we got now,
Yeah, no, for real.
Because then now this talk goes into someone like Kumar Rocker, who just went the third pick. I mean, yeah, you got your, and we're going to get into this too. Cause I mean, they might have possibly won the draft. I mean, I don't know, but I think Kumar Rocker, who was considered overlooked, they or overexposed, not overlooked, overexposed, and then because of the arm, whatever, they were concerned about this arm issue stuff. Now turns around and I think he got the better side of things. He got that year to develop a little more, kind of fully get healthy, figure out everything. They said he's still hurting on the changeup, still trying to figure that out, a couple other things, but now he got the third pick overall, compared to being 10 or 11 he was, and a lot more money. Now he's back with Jack Leiter,
that's crazy.
You know
dude.
what I mean? Like this is where it's going to be really good for him, bro. Like he's this Rangers team who, right now they're not doing very good, but they're obviously building something. They're building something. After we were looking at these picks, they're building something, and they're going to be something soon. So now it's a matter of if Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker connect, bro, which they already are. They had that. I mean, what they did at Vandy was undeniably probably the best you've ever seen. For two college pitchers to do, they're going to do it again. It's just a matter of time now. When are they going to do it again? And that's why I think now it's like Kumar, the overexposed thing, that's out of the window now. Now it's they want to see Kumar Rocker. Now it's going to be getting after it and all that. So I'm excited for him, and that one shook the draft too, because I think it was the way they were looking at it, he wasn't supposed to go to 13, 14, 15-ish area. Wow. And then boom, they just swooped him up. And I mean, hey, was that Jack Leiter just saying, hey, you trust, get this guy.
It was.
Let's get him. Let's get him. It was. You can't pass up on him, because I mean, you can't pass up on that guy. And what he's been doing at the Tri-City River Cats or whatever the team he's on, the independent ball. Are they called the River Cats? I forget what
they're called, but they're independent.
It's they're River Cats or something like that. But anyways, he was he was dominating them. It was just ridiculous. It was a matter of time for him to get that opportunity. Hey, and now he's back with his buddy, and bro, I think it's going to be awesome. That Rangers team is going to be nice in these next couple of years.
Yeah, no, for real. But we still need hitting.
Hitting?
We still need some hitting.
Hey, but if you got these young, guys coming in, then you can pick up the hitting around and get it kind of going.
Yeah.
I think it's easy. I think it's easier to trade for a hitter than a long-term great pitcher. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you bring in these guys that you're bringing in for the Rangers and they're long term and they stick with the Rangers,
right?
And you bring in a couple adding pieces, hey, you guys might be dominant. But so any more in the draft shakeups, but as we get further into the first round,
personally, going back, man, I think I'm one of those guys who just can't get over the fact of a 17-year-old going number one pick over a 21-year-old who has more experience on that kid. I just can't wrap my brain around that. I don't know. I see it because I see the projectability. They want to get their hands on the kid first. They want to teach him the right things. They're going to, obviously better his skills pretty quickly. And I understand it. I understand it completely. But to be the first pick over everybody else, it's like, dude, you don't know if that kid ain't going to pan out like, you know, the way that you think. Like, you're going to give him a lot of money. Like, I could see that happening, you know, after the 15th pick, you know, after the 10th pick, or if there's a really good high schooler out there that literally plays like he's a college athlete, then yeah, okay, he could go higher. But like, I've seen some, you know, like these guys still have to prove themselves. Like, okay, I understand, you know, these guys are pretty legit. Like, they got it in their bloodline. Okay. And I've seen him play. They're pretty fucking legit. But for me, it's that experience, dude. Like the guy like Drew Gilbert. I'm not saying Drew Gilbert should go number one, but a guy that has seen some of the best, like you can't compare it. Like, I don't know. It's just uncomparable to me.
Yeah, I think it's solely just the way that they do the draft, that they, you know, since they allow the high school aspect into it, because you look at it like NBA, the NBA draft, right? When it comes down to it, it's usually the top teams, the top players, the guys who made it in the Final Four of March Madness are all the top picks, right?
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes. Why? Because they don't have the high schoolers and all. They're choosing from the best. Now, it goes into the talk of kind of how I was saying, like, is it a peak thing? Like, maybe is it like, because like, give it taken, Ivan Melendez was the best player probably in college baseball, right? So if it was like a college basketball draft or aspect draft, Ivan Melendez would have been the number one pick, right? You know, no doubt he would have been the number one pick. But give it that maybe are they, when it comes down to business and money and all this stuff, are they considering it that, you know, maybe they are peaking at a certain time? Like, is that what it is? Like, okay, Ivan Melendez, maybe this is prime Ivan Melendez we're going to get. Maybe we could get him a couple pounds heavier, you know, maybe a couple exit velo higher or whatever. But is this what we're going to get from him? Compared to a 17-year-old kid who hasn't fully developed, like I was saying, they could fully work with him and get him to where they want him to be, or, you know, and really peak with them instead of maybe they peaked in college. Like, that's my only thing. Is it like, when it comes down to money, are they just thinking, maybe this kid's peaked at college, this is the best we're going to get, we're not going to get better, and with this kid, we can get better than what he already is? Because if he's already this, what can we get with him, you know, 3 more years of working with him, 2 more years of working with him? Like, that's the only thing that like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
makes sense to me, because
I totally agree. It has to be something similar to that.
Because I mean, you got the G League, you got all those things in basketball, but it's still, at the end of the day, it's usually the number one pick in basketball is the best player that won the, you know, whatever. It's usually like that. And in the same aspect, same thing for football too. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I think it's just, when it comes down to it, it's the projectability takes a factor over the age, because I mean, that's the only thing that can make sense to me.
Wait, isn't baseball the only sport where high school kids can get drafted? Because you can't do that in the NFL. You can't do that in the NBA.
Because NBA, you can go to the G League.
You go G League.
Yeah, but then for a year or 2 years.
So like, I think we can both like cross off the fact that, like, if the number one pick is not the best baseball player available, I think we can significantly
that's what it's been like that. It's been like that for a while, but it's just the fact of, like, that's what I'm saying. It's just, all it is it's wild. Like, it's wild.
Business, it's money, but and stuff like that.
At the end of the day, it does kind of make sense that, you know, maybe you don't want the best guy because maybe he's peaked right now. Maybe that's his peak. That's the best he's going to get. So if you're going to sign him for 10 years, not, you know, granted he's on his rookie contract, but give it, you know, you can't sign him for very much longer because you don't have very much longer with him. You know, how much better is he going to get? I think that's my only thing of how it could really get down into it, because they look at it, he has all the tools, but this guy has all the tools too, and he's 3 years younger.
Yeah.
Let me work with him. Let our guy, it's the MLB, it's the best of the best.
Yeah.
Let our guys work with him and develop him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's and so then in that sake, it's like, okay, it's acceptable, but it's just mind blowing. You're giving a 17-year-old kid, you know, 18-year-old kid, $5-7 million, you know, in the first round. And
just think of this, bro. Like, let's say it's like you're giving the kid like no choice but to take it when you give him that much money. I mean, he's a 17-year-old kid. You're willing to give him $5 million, and like, he's already got the best school to go to. Like, they should make it more like.
Well,
I don't know,
back in when I was playing though, that was always a thing. If you're gonna be a first round pick, you don't take up that. You don't say no to that, dude. You're a first round pick. Like, they're at the end of the day, you just don't say no to that. And it's like, yeah. So I mean, but it's not even a bad aspect, because they can still turn around and go get their college education.
Yeah, I just think
at 30 or whatever, fully paid, or they could whatever they want to do. Like, it's the same thing. Like, I think that, yeah, it's just as a player aspect. If you know, like, because those guys, they know they're going to be in the first round. They know it. They already know. They've been there, doc. They've had the talks. They already knew. It was just a matter, okay, am I going to be 1? Am I going to be 2? Am I going to be, whatever the case. Now, that's why I just think it's, yeah, it is money, but you just can't say no, because you're going to be the first round pick, bro. Or you're in the first round. Like, you got to go. You got to take it. You're going to get developed. You got to work a lot harder, but what you're going to develop into, I think, overlays. Obviously, you're missing the college experience and all that stuff, but there's pros and cons to both. Yeah, I would say. But I mean, you can't, when that's your dream and that's what you grew up playing for all your life, you can't not take that up if you're going to be the first round. You're granted the second round, bro, depending when it comes down to, like, if you got the chance, like, I would say if you're a few years in college and you go second or third round, you got to take that, because that extra year, now you're older, now you're going to probably go further down, But if you're that young guy, and that's why it comes in with money, you're that young guy, they have to offer you more, because you can say no and go to college for 4 years, or the 2 years or whatever the case. Yeah. So, like, that's why they have to offer more too. But in a sense, it's like you got to take that, bro. Like, you're the first fucking round, first pick, within the first 5 picks. There's no reason to go to college at that point. Exactly. You're still going to be a dude. You're still going to be getting what you need. You're still going to be having fun. All that. Like, I
wonder, just like, like these young picks, like, and that's like what these guys want. Like, is the league just going to continue to get younger and younger and younger? Because once we got like a pretty young guy in the league, like it kind of trickled like down, and like everyone was just like super young. We got, there's a 20-year-old.
Well, we're just seeing right now, we're just seeing a transition of, because the older guys are leaving right now, and that's the younger guys. That's all that is. It's the same. Everything age wise is still the same. They still got to be 17, going to be 18 at a certain time to get eligible for the draft. That's the only reason why the 17-year-old kid got in, was because he graduated early, all this stuff, went to the JUCO, and because I think he was the youngest kid or whatever. I forgot, he was like pick 15 or whatever. But he was 17, with the, how they do a certain date, he's 18 by whatever. Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, like, I mean, we do have some guys that we didn't even mention. We just kind of went on a whole tangent. Honorable mentions, let's get right after him. I mean, Zach Morgan, Fresno State catcher. I mean, dude, the games that we saw, he handed it down. He was a Buster Posey finalist, I believe, too.
Yeah, he was. I saw that.
Yeah, he was finalist, yeah. And then, obviously, good old Brock Jones from Stanford. He went round 2. And to Tampa Bay Rays. So, I mean, that's pretty sick too.
I think that's the cool part for that is just, dude, like, Brock and I played on the same, like, I played Little League with Brock, bro. Like, and we were like, he was like this tall dude, just doing what he's always done. He was like always the best hitter. He played center field. He always wore number 7. And then, like, you just knew that he was going to eventually get drafted one day. And it's pretty cool to see him finally get that.
Yeah, achievement. No doubt. I mean, he's in the league, man. That's the dream of all dreams, and he's getting to experience that. And I mean, bro, there's there's such a long journey ahead of him of fun, success, just everything that it's going to be. I think it's going to change his life. Everything
100% is going to change his life.
You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, all these guys getting drafted, it's like, it's one of those moments that you're just like, all right, let's do it. Let's grind. Let's get right after it. Cause now it's like a whole new excitement. I've listened to the Mike podcast where he's had a couple of guys talk about when, the day they get, it's that new excitement of like rejuvenation. Like, all right. Cause like now you're the young buck again, you're like that new guy, everything. It's like that new, you can be scared, there are definitely emotions, but it's still like, you can take it as like that whole new rejuvenation. Like, all right, it's a new energy. Like, let's go. Like, this is it, like, and just kind of take it and ride with it and enjoy the whole experience. And I think that's the way, obviously, you should take it. You don't want to take it scared and all that, enjoy every bit of it. And that I think, I mean, as a ball player, enthusiast, fucking, that's the ultimate dream, to get drafted, to hear your name called, and that's what I was watching and I was listening to it at work, and, to hear freaking, for the Tampa Bay Rays, Brock Jones, it's like, dang, like, holy Epic. Cow, right? And Daniel Susak, down from the NorCal, and he was an Arizona guy, absolutely dominating. Cutter Coffee, Bakersfield.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Clark Logan, Taft, California. Austin Charles, Stockdale, Andy Owen. We had him on the pod. Andrew Cacho was also just recently, a couple days ago, freaking Fresno State as well. So I mean, bro, the list of guys from up and down the 99 is crazy. It's pretty crazy. Sick. And I'm sure there's more. I probably missed some. But just from what I had written down right there, like, I think that's so cool because all of those dudes, I mean, we've heard every single one of those names, have seen something about them, and it's like, bro, they're well deserved. It's well, you know, and at the end of the day, it's just like, wow. Like,
no, I'm right there with you,
wow,
bro.
You know, it's
I'm right
awesome.
there with you.
And that's why it's like full support. Like at the end of the day, like there's no words because it's like, it's just full support. We want everything the best for you guys because, bro, you're not only representing yourself, you're representing the area, but you're just putting on for like a new generation, new everything. Now you got a whole new opportunity. I don't know. It's just so cool, bro. Like there's so much to it. But yeah, no, the MLB draft, whole new list of guys. And so now it makes sense why Tennessee was bringing in all these players, you know, because they were losing so many. I think they got in like the first 2 rounds was like 12 guys or something, 12 guys drafted or 11 guys drafted or something like that. Crazy. I should have pulled up the list of who had the top. There was one team that had the top. Tennessee was number 2 with the most picks. But yeah, bro, it's crazy to see the list of like Tennessee, Ole Miss, Arkansas guys just going at it, like getting picked right off the board, you know, and well deserved. Those schools, what they did to college baseball, holy cow. And it's like Steven, friggin' Mr. Donkey on Twitter.
Yeah, no,
like
I love his account.
Yeah, dude, it's like he tweeted. He's like, do you get that sense of like just that good feel emotion of seeing these guys' names get called, you know, after watching them all season? And I was just like, bro, like that's so real. Like we watched them all season just go after and then hear their names for the first 2 rounds was freaking crazy. Are you all right?
No, I'm good. I'm sorry. I got some in my bad.
All right.
Getting a little water eye right now.
But yeah, now moving on. Home Run Derby.
Yeah, you went to that, dude. I want to get into that, bro. How was that?
No, it was really cool. You know, I woke up in the morning and just decided we were going to go. So we headed on out to the Home Run Derby. And I mean, really, there was no traffic. Everything was good, smooth getting in. And we got in. And I mean, dude, when you talk about like just vibes on vibes, bro, it was just like, it was electric because it was nice knowing that I was going to the Dodger Stadium, not going to like a Dodger game, you know, but like I was still going to the stadium, and obviously there was a sea of fucking blue. I mean, it was all blue, you know, but like at the same time, it was nice, like looking up and it wasn't just a bunch of Dodger players, like all the All-Stars and everything. And then everybody's like, you know, seeing all the different hats, all the different jerseys, just everything, right? Get in the stadium, you know, we had to go do some shopping real quick and go get some food. So we got all that and get right in. And dude, we didn't leave our seats. We're sitting right in the outfield. We didn't leave our seat. I think, I left it one time, but we didn't leave our seats, bro. Cause I mean, we're just like dialed in, you know, ready.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So they do the introductions. Everything's cool. You know, I mean, everybody's just loud. It's getting hyped. Things are going crazy. You know, they're doing the introductions and, you know, players are coming out, all that. And I'm just like soaking it all in. Like, dude, this is nuts, bro. Like, this is awesome. And the funny thing was they're doing the mascots. They're calling out the mascots. I don't know if this was on live TV. Did they call the mascots out on live TV or no?
No, I didn't watch the introduction.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they're calling out the mascots, right? They call it the National League, and then they call it the American League. The Cleveland Guardians mascot comes up, right?
Oh, okay.
Slider. And so she's like, and for your Cleveland Indians. Oh, and she like stops, like, and everybody, like the whole stadium, right? Whole stadium just like goes like, oh, like, you know, like kind of like one of those, like, you know, like, oh, tell it, you know. She says it. She goes, and for your Cleveland Indians, oh, Slider. And then like he's like dancing and like, you know, like awkwardly because like he's on like they're showing each one, you know, giving them their like little walkout and all that. But like she like stopped and like realized she fucked up, you know, said the Indians. I don't know if it was like written on her thing or if she just by, you know, just by memory, you know, Cleveland Indians. Cause like usually I still say the Cleveland Indians.
Say the Indians all the time.
So like, and it was just funny. Like I was like, no way. That was like a live, you know, mess up right there. I can't believe I saw that or heard that. But anyways, you know, getting into it, obviously Julio Rodriguez starts it off and bro, he starts it off with an absolute bang, bro. I mean, coming in. Yeah. So on our drive there, me and Evan are just running it down, like what we think is kind of going to happen and everything. And, you know, for us, it like, I was telling him like, bro, Julio's going to put on a show. He's the only rookie. People, and this is my thing too. I'll say this too, but people like obviously didn't know him before. Now everybody knows who he is. But bro, since the beginning of the season, this guy's his swing is incredible. His torque and his bat, everything about his swing is just beautiful, bro. And he hits the cover off the baseball. And I've watched a few of the Seattle Mariners game this year. Bro, he's good. He's legit. And like now, I'm glad now he's getting the recognition. But I knew he was going to put on a show. I knew it. And dude, sure enough, comes in with 32 bombs right off the rip, dude. I was like, holy cow. And like, give it like you were saying, like balls weren't necessarily flying, but he was just so consistent. Like everybody's like, holy shit. Like, bro, he did like 6 in a row and everybody's like, oh, and then he like, you know, pulled one a little too hard. But bro, he was just ripping him. Everybody's like, holy cow, right? We had this one Seattle guy in the front, like just one guy, like, he's got a Seattle hat, he's got his Griffey jersey on, and he's all hype. He's like, yeah, who's this guy? He's like, how many? He's all throwing up 32, because he's a rookie. Everybody's like Dodger fans and everything.
Right.
And, going on. But I mean, dude, like to start it off with 32 bombs to me is like, okay, as a rookie, like last year, we had, I think Shohei and them started it off. It was Shohei and Juan.
Shohei started it off.
Yeah, they started off right off the bat, and then they put on a show too. But I mean, like for a rookie, do what he did right off the bat. No one was really expecting just 32 bombs, right? And then Corey Seager comes in, and the place erupts, because Dodger, everything kind of. And I was like, it was cool to see everybody like, yeah, supporting him and everything. But he didn't obviously advance, put up 24, but seeing his swing was just so nice. Because like when it's funny, because like obviously we were in left field, so when he's lefty up, everybody's just kind of chilling and all stuff. I'm just watching him swing, bro. And yeah, it's just so smooth, just boom, and he's just putting the balls in, and I mean, bro, it was just like, it was one of those where I'm just like in awe the whole time, because I'm just like watching this, like all these baseballs just flying, man, just having the time, because you're just watching like fucking BP, bro, like
for real.
A freaking exciting game of BP right here. And I mean, I'm just in oohs and ahs, man, just watching it go on. Corey Seager gets knocked out, and I'm like, oh man, it is what it is. All the fans are like kind of like, but then the Seattle guy's still going like, yeah, Julio's gonna win it and all this. He's all like, he's still chirping. Everybody's like, bro, chill out, right? And then who was the second round? Was it Pete Alonso and Ronald Acuna, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So then it was Acuna, and I thought he was gonna put on a show, bro.
Yeah.
But it was like I was telling you, dude, like he went in there simply just to take BP. Like he wasn't in there to compete in the home run derby. He was just there to take BP, bro. You could see it in his swing. He was literally so lackadaisical. Just like if he ran into one, he ran into one. Like that's all it was, bro. He was not trying. The only one he actually tried was the one he hit out. Like he started to ump it up a little bit to be like, all right, let me show him a few. And then the other ones, he was just like, boom, boom, boom. Like wasn't even trying, bro. And I was just like, come on, man. Like if you're going to compete, like let's compete. Let's get a show on, And so once I kind of saw his first like 10 swings, I was like, oh, he's not going to make it to the finals, because I haven't had him going to the finals. And I was like, it's either he's going to start off hot right away or not. But Pete Alonso came in and beat him by one though, which it kind of got a little dicey, because I thought Pete Alonso was going to come in and put up 30, But like Pete Alonso, 3P, everybody's all yelling 3P. We had some Mets fans right next to us and everything. And I was kind of cheering for Pete. I wanted to see a 3P in LA Stadium. Would have been pretty cool.
Never been done before.
Huh?
Never been done before.
No. Yeah.
Ken Griffey has 3 home run derby titles,
not consecutive.
but not.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like that's why it would have been sick to see that. Like I mean, and then at the end of the day, like because that's what I was gonna say. Like the Dodger Stadium, like the fan base, the atmosphere was so biased. Like they weren't cheering for the American League people, and no one was cheering for American League.
Really?
Yeah, it was like that bias, you know what I mean? And then certain teams in the National League, they'd boo. It was hardcore,
Wow.
It's like Pete Alonso, there wasn't much cheering for Pete, but I feel like if he would have kept going, it would have kind of like, oh, he's about to get the 3-peat, it kind of would have came together. But then he ended up having to face Julio, and so I mean Julio puts up 31.
Right.
But then moving on, there was the next round was
Juan Soto.
It was Juan Soto and
Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez, yeah. And I was expecting more from Jose, bro, but he I don't know what was going on with his swing. He had no pop. He had nothing in his swing. You were saying the balls weren't flying, bro. It might have been the balls were dead, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, this is boring. And took off his glove, like all right, Dude, we had one ball come right. It was probably right here, dude, and it was people are just it's war out there, man. When
gosh,
it is war. They're pushing you out of the way, boom, jumping up on people. It was crazy. We had a lot of balls come to us, but the one that was the closest was okay, this is nuts. Everybody's just pushing you out of the way. It was nuts.
I thought Julio Rodriguez set the standard, when he was just launching in your guys' direction. I thought you guys would have caught one, because he was putting them so close to you guys. But I was kind of disappointed, honestly. I thought him and Corey Seager set the standard. They were going to spray balls out of the ballpark, and then it kind of slowed down a little bit, but.
No, it did. It definitely slowed down, and that's why. That's why I was saying, the way that their matchups kind of went, I don't know. I feel like they could have matched it up a little differently to make it more exciting. But I feel like what they were trying to do was hit it off with a bang, and then hope that it would finish off exciting into a bang. But it didn't really kind of end like that. It started off hot and then kind of just died down, and then it was just that was it.
Because even Pete Alonso, like you said, he he was also hitting the second spot, so all he had to do was just win by one.
But still, why put Pete Alonso and Ronald Acuna, two really exciting guys in the beginning? Juan Soto, Jose Ramirez, which could have been a lot more exciting. I feel like you, in a sense, could have, because bro, when we get down to the Kyle Schwarber and Albert Pujols, man,
my God,
Kyle Schwarber, I truly feel he could have blown him out of the water.
Yeah.
Could have blown, but they weren't going to do that. When we were driving up there, I was like, bro, at the end of the day, no matter what, Albert, because we were talking about betting, and I was like, Albert Pujols will make it to the next round, no matter what. No matter what. Mm-hmm. What did he do? Sure enough. Yep. And people are saying that Kyle Schwarber, the miscount and everything, I was there live, and yeah, they were delayed. They were delayed by 2 home runs. There would be 2 home runs hit, and then the announcer would be like, oh, and that's another home run. It was, talking about the 2 home runs ago. So I think that's where they're getting it confused of the miscount, but I don't think there was an actual miscount because I remember looking at Kyle Schwarber at the end, and when it was 17, I remember counting, then it was he hit 18, and then it was 19, but everybody I don't know because the announcer was delayed when he hit the 19, then he said another. I just think that
it was all messed up.
It was just all messed up, and that goes into the talk of people are saying we need to go back to the 10 outs, because they've already proven that this time thing is so fucked up. When I tell you balls are flying, bro, they weren't waiting for the balls to land, they weren't waiting for nothing, and we're freaking boom, boom, boom. We're oh shoot, they're coming at us, It's crazy, and the 10 outs, I just feel is a little more it's a little more controllable. You can kind of,
100%.
The pitcher knows when to throw it. Because when you got 2 seconds and then they're telling you can't throw it in the buzzer. Okay, well, what if I'm right and then buzz? Okay, so then does that count or does it not count?
Right.
Then it's getting too technical. And then you get situations like this where even if it was off, what are they going to do? Go back and say, oh, we got to redo the home run derby? It's already said and done, So then, they're not going to...
Do we know why they got rid of the 10 out system? Is it because it took too long?
Yeah,
I imagine it was
main thing was it took too long.
It took too long.
But because that's what I'm saying, bro. If it was 10 outs, I guarantee you Julio Rodriguez put up 40 home runs. There's other guys that Albert Pujols might have only hit 3 because his first 8 swings were ground balls,
Right.
But there's I think it changes the whole aspect of the way this pans out, Because there's at the same time there's MLB guys, and this is where it gets fishy too, because there's MLB guys and all these guys can literally hit any ball they want out anywhere they want. Juan Soto proved in the home run derby he can spray and pray, and he could do it anywhere. He can do it. He can hit the ball to where we were sitting in left field, and he can pull a ball right field, 480 feet. He can do it. My thing is just where it got fishy was just why is Juan Soto swinging 4 consecutive times pulling the ball, and then it gets close to tying with the guy. Who is he getting close to tying with? It was against Albert Pujols, 15-16 in round 2. He's getting close to tying him, so he's late on the next 3 swings, so the time starts running down, gets a little lower. Then he goes up and then ties it and then ends up winning it and then all that. So it's not he didn't just blow him out of the water. He gave him, it was close, and then did his thing. It's the hitters know what they're doing. They know they can control the time. So I think if you take away the time and it's just 10 outs, now it's all right, guys, just swing. Just get after it and swing. Because think about it, you got an Aaron Judge, you got all these guys, and they're just swinging consistently, and they want to put on a show. They can hit 15 straight home runs if they really wanted to. You know what I mean? Dialing it in. Obviously, they might fuck up one. But these guys, like Juan Soto, his swing, he could hit 10 home runs straight if he really wanted to and put on a fucking show. But with time and the way they were doing it, he didn't want to blow, Albert Pujols out of the water. Right. He didn't want to do that. He didn't want to.
Exactly.
I think. So I think, I think we do need to go back to the 10 outs. I think it would give it more excitement.
Maybe we could even meet in the middle at 7. What if we met at 7 outs? Because 10 outs, bro. Like you said, these
that
guys
is a long time. Yeah.
These guys can hit any pitch out. Those home run derbies used to be 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
They were long.
No, that's what I'm saying. But it's okay. But this is when you get down to it, marketing, bro. If they're gonna sit down in a meeting and say, all right, what do people like in a baseball game?
More home runs.
Home runs. People love home runs. No matter who it's from, they love a home run, right? I mean, granted, if it's another team, the home team might boo, but everybody loves home runs. Mm-hmm. So you get more home runs, more love, more people. I think give it, it is a lot longer, but hey, I mean, people are going to still watch it, Yeah. No matter what, they might tune in that second, or they might tune out that second round, but everybody's going to watch the final round,
No, yeah, exactly. 100%.
I don't know. I guess they're
the
just
time system also, the players get hella tired, bro. I mean, they're swinging they're swinging a log up there, bro. And like some of them were like heavy bats. Some of them weren't using as heavier bats, but I mean, they're getting tired after 2.5 minutes or 2 minutes, whatever it was. But like just if you give them like 7 outs, bro, odds are those guys are going to take the time. It's going to be a good swing, and we're going to see a lot more home runs.
Yeah,
and I see.
It's still they can't just be like, all right, hold up, and then go. They still got it.
No, but like hitting's like a rhythm thing. When you like are just like going quick back and forth, like some of them have been doing, like you get out of rhythm.
Yeah, right.
If you get each pitch, you get to boom, you hit it over left field, and everyone watches it. You watch it. You're having a good time. It clears. You get the next one, boom. And you get to watch it. Like I feel like that would be more enjoyable. That's how it was back in the day. Remember when Josh Hamilton put up like 30-something or something crazy ass number?
Yeah.
I mean, they all used to do that, but I mean, that was prime home run derby time right there.
Yeah, I think the time definitely has effect into it. But I mean, we're still seeing like last year that was a show. I mean, that was a show and a half. 2019, was a show and a half. So I think it's like, I don't know, yeah, there are a lot of there's a lot of fuck ups here, but I think at the same time there's still some sort of excitement that I don't know where, if you meet in the middle, yeah, maybe 7 outs, but then it's like 7 outs. All right, that's kind of like, I don't know. Like,
okay, what if we add on to it 7 outs, and you know how they do the 30 seconds. They do a minute of bonus time if you hit 2 balls past 440.
And then if you get
how about this? You get 3 more balls to make it 10 for the bonus. Whatever you do, you hit a ball over 440. You get 3 times. Each ball is 1, so you could get up to 3
more outs.
You can get up to 10 outs. That'd be cool.
Yeah, no, something like that. Because because time-wise, because at the end of the day, they're always going to worry about time.
Yeah.
So and they're trying to keep speeding it up. Yeah, because like when I tell you that thing flew, like I thought we were gonna have time to like get up and like in between rounds and like go to the bathroom, go get some food. Nah, it was rapid fire, bro. Like rapid fire. I forgot whose round I missed. I missed Kyle Schwarber's round because I had to go pee. I was like, bro, I gotta go pee. So I went pee and I missed his whole round, and then I missed the high school round because I forgot where I went, but
damn, you missed the high school round?
Yeah, I missed
Where
that.
was the high school? When was the high school round?
They did it in round 2. Yeah, it was like, round 2 going into round 3. They did the 2 high school prospects or whatever guys faced off. One guy hit 9, I think. The other guy hit like 6.
I think I didn't have it on or something. Did they televise it?
I don't know if they I don't know, because when I got back, Evan goes, oh, you missed the high school, the home run derby. I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, the prospect guy. I was like, oh, shit, that's cool.
Wow. Oh, Storm Chandler threw. Did you see that?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he threw to one of the high school kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the BP thrower.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's sick. I saw the clips, but I didn't know it was to the BP one. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it must have been to the high school one. That's where I didn't see it.
No, maybe he was,
because it was they were all right there, and it seemed like about.
I think it was just BP though, like actual BP before. That's what I think it was. Yeah, because the home run, the high school thing was like during the home run derby. Like it was in between. I think it was going into the like round 2 to 3. I think it was like they did it going into that.
Nah, he was rapid fire. Now that I remember the video, he was like,
no, yeah, it was BP. It was way before, way before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like early BP.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But now, yeah, and so then shit. I mean, we're kind of just going at it. I mean, going in, the experience was just hella fun. Final round, seeing Juan Soto and Julio Rodriguez kind of face off, that was pretty sick. 2 young guys. I mean, it just shows, like, going on to your talk, it is getting younger, but it's more just, it's a lot of these older guys are getting out of there. We're getting the Yachties and all those. They're about to be out of here, and then it's going to be back to the 23, 24, that age realm. And of exciting again. And then they're going to transition to be the old Bucks again. And then we're going to see a new stream of young guys, whole new thing. But Juan Soto wins it. And I think that's an obvious, because he declines $440 million. What other way to give like a pay me, thing than winning the home run derby, doing your thing. And I think that was like his little last landmark to be like, all right, now you really got to pay me. I hit tanks, I spray, I'm a great outfielder, blah, blah, blah. So where's Juan Soto going?
Yeah, right.
Where's he going? I mean, do you think they pay him or where is he going?
Nationals don't have the money to pay him more than $440 million.
And I mean, see, that's the thing. And it's like whatever contract it is going to be, 1, absurd, but 2, it's going to change the way everything is, happening. But it's like, it's all, people say it's the money. It's not the money. It's the sole fact you don't want to be in the Nationals, bro. He doesn't want to be on the Nationals because they pay him that $440 million for 11 years. Now, what do they got out of that? They have no money. They're obviously not, they're not competing right. They're not terrible, but they're not competing right now, And so it's like,
They got their one championship, and they're probably done.
Are they going to build a championship run team, or are they just going to hang on to Juan Soto forever? So I think that's where he sees it. He understands that they're not going to be winning championships.
They already got their one.
Well, but are they going to be winning championships?
No.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I get that, but are they going to be doing their like that? That's what I think he understands. He's like, yeah, I like it here. I like everything, but at the end of the day, I want to go win, and I want to go. I just want to go win and play great baseball and go be on it. Now, where does that also lies to where did that put him? Because who's going to pay him that type of money? A not very good team is really a team that really has him, unless a massive trade happens. My only thing is like a crazy trade, like a Yankee trade, where it would be like a Judge or something and Judge swip swap, and then like, well, that's absurd. You're seeing Judge and National. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying like those are like because the Dodgers can't pay him. So people who think he's going to the Dodgers, he's not. There's no way he's going to go to the Dodgers unless they get rid of fucking half their infield. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to be able to pay Mookie Betts, him. Who else? They got that. There's somebody else. Freddie. They're paying
Trey Turner.
But they're paying another guy like big bucks.
Clayton Kershaw. Shit.
Yeah, but he's at the, what I mean? Like I'm talking like, I just don't think, I think the Dodger thing is way, I think that's just the Dodgers talking, but I don't see him really going to Dodgers because they don't really have the money to pay. They can't. I don't think they really can pay him. So with that being, he's going to go to like a Phillies or something like that. Like where a team, I mean, the Phillies, they're pretty good right now. You had Juan Soto to like a Kyle Schwarber, pitching staff that they got, the whole infield, young buck. Not a bad choice.
Bryce Harper, Kyle
Schwarber, and Juan Soto. That's dirty, right? Like now thinking about that. Do they have the money to pay for him? No. But there's a bunch of guys that are, I mean, where's Shohei going? He's already said that he doesn't want to leave SoCal, but with the way the Angels are, somebody's got to go. And Trout, he's already on contract for a lot. So Shohei, I don't think he's going to be an Angel. He wants to win. He wants to compete. So that's where I think, okay, obviously the Dodgers aren't going to get Juan Soto because if they get somebody big, it's going to be Shohei. He's going to want to stay in SoCal, and who doesn't want to see Shohei in a fucking Dodger uniform? He wants to stay in LA. The transition from him coming here was already so hard. He's already barely getting used to LA. To go somewhere else would be even harder. So that's why he would rather stay in LA. So it's like, I don't see him leaving SoCal. So what does that put him through? Really three teams: the Padres, Angels, Dodgers. But if the Angels don't flip shit around, he's going to be gone. And that's what the talk is. He might be trade bait, And I think that's the best option for him. I don't see him being an Angel because it's like we see it with Trout, bro. Like as much as I love Trout, he's great. Everybody loves Trout, bro. But we all know the same thing. He's on the Angels. He's never going to win. It's never going to be anything. So it's like, when does it lie up to where like, okay, now if you want to be like, because this is the difference between Mike Trout and Shohei, right? Mike Trout is, and this is where it's okay too. He's okay with being who he is. He's the best fucking player. Not on a very good team, but he still gets to show that he's the best fucking player and play baseball, and that's all it is to him. Shohei Ohtani, obviously, he's got a lot more eyes. He's got a lot more, so it's a way different world for him. So I think for him, it's like he really wants to win, he not keep the limelight, but it's like now he's getting the full experience. He's really seeing now I'm winning. I got everything. People love me. Everything's going right. I want that full experience compared to where Mike. Like Mike Trout, he's okay with. This is what I got. This is who I am. I just love playing baseball, And so, like, that's where I see Shohei possibly moving. That's the only reason why I would see it happening. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, obviously the Angels need to make a move, bro. They're fucking, terrible right now.
Yeah, they're dog water. And
so, like, that's why it's, there's some big trades that could be happening here soon, I mean, I think the trade deadline's August 2nd or something, August, it's like first week of August, something like that.
Did you watch the All-Star Game a little bit?
Yeah, I watched the All-Star Game. Good old AL wins 9 straight time in a row.
9 straight, bro.
Yeah.
Is it just luck or no?
I mean, no, it's probably rigged in some sense. Keep it, 9th in a row. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I don't know. It's just, hey, they had 2 big swings was it 2 big swings that they each had? Yeah, 2 big swings.
2 big swings, and that's it.
And yeah, that was, I mean,
a 2-run homer.
That's baseball, bro. Like at the same time, so could we say they were playing? I don't know. I felt like the pitchers were pitching. So I think that's why the pitchers were actually pitching.
I thought they were pitching from like the 3rd inning and on. the first 2 innings were all fastballs. I mean, Shohei Ohtani came up saying that he was going to swing first pitch of the game, and he gets a fastball in the outside corner, which, yeah, action. And then he gets a single, and then Clayton Kershaw goes and picks him off.
Right.
Like, the first 2 innings were, like, legitly all fastballs. Like, and then McClanahan goes out there.
90% of the game was fast. When I talk about pitching, though, I mean, like, they just weren't, like, fucking around. They were still, like, I mean, you see the cat, he was just throwing up a 4, just throw a fastball. Like, that's all I want. But, like, I mean, they weren't there. They want the guys to hit. But what I mean, like, they were pitching. Like, they were there spotting up. He was throwing on the inside corner. They weren't just giving it right down the cock every single time. And it's like, Kershaw, he's going to give that first bang. That one was a given. I saw it on the run line, or on the betting lines, dude. They were saying if Shohei would get a hit against Clayton Kershaw or not. I think it was like favorite was like 130 or minus 130 or something like that. Should have hit that,
Yeah, no, for real.
But yeah, no, the All-Star game, it was fun. The jerseys were sick to see, bro. Like I thought it was so cool to see that charcoal gray in action, bro. Like I at first glance, I was like, okay, but really seeing them in the game, it was nice, bro. Like the white was so sick at Dodger Stadium. I thought it was like perfect. And then with the gray jerseys, I really liked it this year. I was a really big fan of them, and I got to see them in person, like at the store, feeling them and everything. I was like, yeah, these are sick.
They're like literally exact replicas of Vanderbilt. No, they're exact. I was watching on TV. I'm like, with the black hat and everything. Like, it was exact. The white with the gold and the black hat, and then the gray with the gold and the black hat.
Just because they did black and gold, bro.
No, I'm just saying, like, they look like they were Vanderbilt out there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess. But, no, yeah. No, I liked it, though. I really did. I liked the way that they did it. I thought it was too simple at first, but then, I mean, just the pant, like, that's right, like, the complete it was just so crisp and clean. I was a big fan of it.
It was perfect. I think it was perfect. It was great. I like the hats, how they're, like, kind of trucker hats a little bit. Like the fishnet.
I mean, to play in them, yeah, because, a little more air and all that, but I wasn't a fan of rocking one, because, I wanted to get some at the store, but it was so freaking long of a line, I was pissed.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Guys, we appreciate you being here for this entire time. We hope you're having a great day. Like we said at the beginning, new logo's out. We fuck with it. We fuck with you guys. And couldn't be more happy to bring another podcast to you. So, do you have anything else out before we leave out?
Nope.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. Peace.